Okay. Looking good so far. Just need to get some things going. Adjusting gain somewhat. I just hope I'm still going to be fairly audible. Okay. Chat going. Alright. I think that looks alright. Now just gotta post this thing. Okay. Now then, on with the show, as it were. Hello everybody, I am Rick, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. I am slowly getting back into the swing of live streaming. I also apologize for last time, like last week, where around the last 10 minutes were cut off when it comes to sound. And so, oopsie poopsie. But here I am. And now, Bowsen has a gun. I do the machinist quest, but I'm more focused on the MSQ right now. Also, before going and continuing... Oh, I should probably get into New Game Plus. Okay. Nope, not that. Come on. There we go. Technical difficulties! Yay! Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, little thing about the gun in particular. Back when I first started this was actually the first thing I ever got from the market board. This gun in particular. Because I thought this was really cool. Like, it costed me most of my money at the time, but I thought it was worth it. So, we're gonna be seeing... what was this gun called again? Not that. Abandon of the Vortex. So yeah, for most of the... So yeah, for a good while, you're going to be seeing this. Also, might be a bit burpy because I might have had some lunch. Oh yeah. Before we continue, where last we left off, we have just entered Ishgard, and are now making ourselves quite cozy amongst our new friends in House Photon. Specifically, he, among Hortifon's half-siblings, like half-brothers, is, Otteroy and Amanelaine, I believe they're called. Here we go.
Oh, Master Skycloak, my lord, the Count much desires to speak with you regarding your time with Lord Otterwell and Lord Amadelaine.
Otterwell, that's what he was.
If you would remain here for a moment.
Hey there, Edmund.
The hero returns. I cannot thank you enough for saving young Emanelaine's life. Aye, he told me everything. I've also received letters from both House Zamail and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House Photon. You've won us much honor, my friend.
Well, that's good to hear.
My lord. What is it? Speak.
Pray, forgive the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings. Master Alphino and Mistress Tataro have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
Pardon?
What? Explain.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries. Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain elements. 'Twas this which prompted a knight of the Heavensward to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grinner, my lord.
Sir Grinner is a brute. Exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zemaio. How quickly we forget the petty nature of men. I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
Ah, great. So what can we do about it? Though you have won the hearts and minds of many of my countrymen, there are those who will never be swayed. Men who will dismiss your efforts and resent your successes, even as we celebrate them. It is like that one such member of House Zemaio is manipulating Sir Grinner, for he is not the man to dabble in politics of his own volition. He may genuinely believe your friends to be guilty, though I am quite certain his masters know better. Yet the truth will avail us not if we cannot prove their innocence. You would do well to speak with Sir Emmerich at the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly. He will know more of these. You'll know more of these charges. Emmerich. I haven't seen him since. Anyway. Best make haste. Also, as I stated on last stream, I will be mostly in character. Or at least I will be attempting to. Emmerich. It has been too long, Balzan. Would that this visit came under happier circumstances. You are come to plead for Master Alphino and Mistress Sitaru, I take it? Yes. Word of their detainment reached us while I was delivering my report on the Vanu Primal. Truly, I know not which is more ludicrous, these charges or that flying feathered whale. That Sir Grinner's accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however, as he is a knight of the Heavensward. I speak of the personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12th finest knight in all of Ishgard, sworn to serve his eminence alone. Suffice to say, their testimony is unimpeachable, and I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the Scions have done, routing the heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us to defend the steps of faith, and drive back the Dravanian horde, after proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, is there naught we can do? I fear there is but one path left to us. We must demand a trial by combat. I have no issues with this. But of course! In a trial by combat sanctioned by the Inquisition, the victor's claim is judged true regardless of the petitioner's standing. Under Ishgardian law, a trial by combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instance, Master Alphino and Mistress Sitaru would be expected to face Sir Grinner, and a second of his choosing. Another knight of the Heavensward, most like. Two of them? By the Fury, that can hardly be considered fair. Master Alphino's magical talents will not have gone unnoticed, being that he will have no choice but to participate. Mr. Sitaru, on the other hand, is honestly bereft of martial skill, and should be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I am ready and willing to serve in this capacity, as I am sure is Lord Horshafort, but all here present know you are the most accomplished warrior among us. Mayhap in the realm at large. Leave it to me. Then it is settled. I will visit Master Alphino at once and inform him of our intentions. Thousand, meet me at the tribunal when you have made ready. Until then, my friend. Listen carefully, Thousand. When the trial begins, the petitioner will be asked to restate his charges, and the accused invited to respond. Then, in accordance with the law, they'll be asked to restate their request for a trial by combat. Once the High Adjudicator acknowledges Mr. Sataru's rights to name a champion, that is when you must make your entrance. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on Sir Grinnell's face when he sees his true opponent. It will be priceless. Well, seriously, should you begin to lose hearts, look to me in the stands. I shall cheer so loud you will wonder how you could ever have contrived to doubt yourself. Now, are you ready? I've taken down gods. A pompous knight is child's play.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward. Sir Grinno, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grinno de Zemile, brother of the Heavensward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
Let the accused step forward. Alphino Leveilleur, Tataru Taru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grinno's claim, and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alphino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge, and claim my right to trial by combat.
I, Tataru Taru, am innocent of this charge. But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
The noises of my chair.
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
That would be me.
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
Don't gotta tell me twice.
Render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous, and cast down the wicked.
And I dislike your tricks.
I've got you now. Down with you!
Bang. Was that supposed to be a challenge? I mean, we won! The Fury has spoken. Afano Leveilleur, Tataru Taru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges. Blessed are we, who received of her wisdom and see justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners, accused, go forth in peace. Delivered from an untimely demise yet again. My thanks as always. It's what I do. Just double checking. Yep, voice is still going good. By the Fury, what a splendid victory! To see how you strove in the face of adversity, two brave young souls bound together by the puissant bonds of camaraderie. Why, it stirred me to the very depths of my soul. Having been treated to such a rousing spectacle, it only seems right that I present you with a humble token of mine appreciation. Pray, receive of me this chocobo whistle. Ah yes, the black chocobo thing. With it, you may summon a black chocobo, fully trained and ready to fly. Thanks, but I already have one. Magnificent, is she not? Strong yet sleek, elegant yet eager. What say you, Thousand? Will you take her for your steed? I mean, I won't say no, but... Lord Harshaphant, chocobos are prohibited in the supreme sacred tribunal of Hellenic inquisitorial doctrine. Your steed must remain outside. I suspect that your people are fond of big words. Oh, that is gonna be a nasty thing to come up with, to run into for the next expansion. Thankfully I'm doing New Game Plus, so I don't have to worry about this. But still. That said, that does remind me. I'm gonna pick my... for the next... let's kind of add a bit more things. Like, be a bit more in character. Or, as what I'll say. Black chocobos are all well and good, but the true reward for your efforts is the exoneration of your comrades. They shall be released upon the completion of certain minor formalities, which I mean to see to personally. In the meantime, we return to Fulton Manor. The Count has done so already, and will doubtless be eager to discuss the day's events. Just to be in character, I'll be using... Actually, no. Actually, no, screw it. I like my fancy mounts. Besides, doesn't have much bearing on actual roleplay. Helone smiles on us yet again, Master Skycloak, guiding you to victory and setting your comrades free. Ah, damn it, I forgot to do the accent. Helone smiles on us yet again, Master Skycloak, guiding you to victory and setting your comrades free. I confess, I did fear for your safety, which is not to say I doubted your prowess, you understand. I merely knew the strength of your opponents. You do have a habit of exceeding my expectations. Besting two of the Heavensward, while the city's elite looked on? By the Fury, anyone who hasn't been paying attention to you will surely do so from now on. My lord! What is it this time? We've received a message from the Vault. His Eminence, the Archbishop, requests the presence of Master Skycloak. An invitation from the Archbishop? What an honor. A personal summons is indeed a great honor. And given recent events, you'll be wise not to delay. Go, Master Skycloak. We shall speak anon. A priest will be waiting for you outside the vault. Identify yourself to him, and he will escort you inside. Well, alright then. We are honored to receive you, Master Skycloak. This way, please. Seems like a bit of a waste of resources to have doors this massive. Let alone ceilings that high.
Your Eminence, it is my honor to present to you the Warrior of Light.
I have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also been most effusive in his praise.
I get that a lot.
I am Thorin VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies. You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate, but as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me. But I digress.
And why did you want to see
Your
me?
companions were wrongly accused of heresy and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyr?
Yes, Your Eminence. Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavensward were in receipt of erroneous information. Sir Grinno has ever been headstrong. He pressed charges before the truth had been ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
An unfortunate misunderstanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred. For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith? Not I. That much is certain.
Okay.
That will be
wish, Your Eminence. That will be all for today.
Okay. Hmm. So. What's this about?
Privacy is a luxury rarely afforded one in my position. Now, tell me, young man, what do you know of the Asians?
Quite a bit. Why do you ask?
More, I should wonder. Being the bringer of light. You should know that I myself have met with them, have entertained them as guests, even.
And why are you telling me this?
Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the dragons. I have no intention of aiding their cause, of course, nor less of being their puppet. Yet, were I to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and remain powerless to stop them. Thus have I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs, biding my time and preparing for the inevitable conflict. And why do I tell you this? Because there is naught in this world they fear more than the power of the warrior of light. If we are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace. Think on it.
I intend to. Shady ass old man. I mean, he openly admitted to conspiring with Asians. What's his game here? He has to have his own motive too. What are the what about the dragons? Too many questions, not enough answers. Nearly cried when he stepped forward at the tribunal, Bowsen. Thank you, thank you, thank you! No problem.
There you are. I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you?
Guess what I just learned.
Well, well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced.
You see...
By the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Asians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well. We will have new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you.
What?
When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Rauburn is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate.
What?
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orshifon was wise to counsel restraint. but this business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Raoban.
We're gonna have to move quick. Though the situation calls for urgency, it would avail us as little to charge headlong into Uldar without a plan. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must first learn how things stand in the Sultanate, which is why I propose that we visit Limsa Laminsa. You heard me right. While you were about your altruistic endeavors, I acted as an intermediary in trade negotiations between House Forton and a Lamintian consortium. During said negotiations, an opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself, and I duly seized it. I'm happy to report that we yet have a stout ally in Limsa. The Admiral has pledged her full cooperation in any effort to rescue Raoban. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her, that we might discuss how best to proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. Your presence never fails to embolden our allies, after all. When you arrive in Limsa Laminsa, make yourself known to Sergeant Xanthiel at Bulwark Hall on the lower decks. He'll admit you to the bridge. Gods, I hope we're not too late to save General Raoban. I should have told you sooner about the execution, I mean. But with the trial and everything... No use crying over spilt milk. Onward. Long time no see, Admiral.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Uldar, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, it would seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Elfino. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seedseer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes, until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found. Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen.
That's good.
There is something you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seedseer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Uldan Republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seedseer and I to lend Raoban a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly...
just reached the same conclusion as I did.
The Uldan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news. Or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Raoban is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino. Following his capture, Raoban had been held in the Marasaja pit within Ul'dah. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
The Crystal Braves.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Raoban, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Dome.
Yuri. Raoban's survival is vital to Raoban's survival is vital to the Eorzean Alliance. We can ill afford to lose him. But I cannot send troops to Ul'dah. It would spell the end of the Alliance and war, like as not. If there is to be a rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt it. I would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I who must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Alphino. By way of a first step, you should seek out our Doman contact. You will find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in the kitchen. Making me teleport all over the dang place. Giri. Master Bowser, I knew in my heart that you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot express my relief. Even as the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the Rising Stones by force. Amid the chaos, some few of my compatriots and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we have remained in Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. You have done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Limsa Laminsa that you were searching for General Raoban. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from his cell in the Massager pit. At that same juncture, you, Hase, and the 3rd Unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. The purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray seek out Daware at Highbridge, where I too am bound. expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall be direct. Iyuhase and his men are bound for Halatali. We believe that is where they intend to carry out the execution. Hozan is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. You come at a good time, my friends. But moments ago, the traitor Ilbert arrived and entered Halatali. From this, we may be certain that General Raban is being held within. There is no time to lose. General Alden may be executed at any moment. You must enter Halatali and free him from his captors. Please, see to your preparations, and tell me when you are ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. Let's go. Given a moment to lose. Yugiri! My wife.
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
Lady Yugiri!
Master Alphino, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Really good to see you again.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to record it. For a time I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
And I'm still getting there.
Since your escape from Ulga, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
We're just happy that you're looking at all.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Rauban is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, the three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Dowade and Higiri with you. With me!
Right.
Away with you!
Perish. There's a healer amongst them. Get them first.
Leave this to me.
there! Raubon! This field. He is bound by some manner of magic device. Yet I dare not force it open. It may well be booby-trapped. I have heard of such devices. The crystal braves will possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. Alright. That will not be necessary. Pray do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Happily, you will not suffer for long. This poison will convey you swiftly onto that bosom of Thal, where I hope to join you, after the passing of many prosperous years. Ah. Open says me. Gates open. Alright, where are you? Yes, roger that. So glad I picked up the gun. Up there. Now for the matter of finding the key. You are now a bomb. Found it. We got the key. Let's hurry back. Break open, says me. My thanks. Slowly, General. You are yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. I should have known. What a clever contrivances to the Warrior of Light. Well done, hero. Ill-bird. An ill-bird. You mean to struggle on then? Very well. If you would stand in my way, I'll cut you down like all the rest. Come, scions. Let's get this over with. You passing down.
I have you now.
It is nothing.
I'm not finished yet.
Alright, now I can focus on you.
I'll tear you limb from limb. This changes nothing.
It is over, Ilberd. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Clever little shite. If you think you fight for justice, lad, you'd best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used by the Scions, the City-States, even the Crystal Braves? They none of them care a whit what you want, only what you can do for them.
Don't talk to me like you know that,
And how
wife.
do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland, and I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing. If we ourselves are not free, free to think and to act, how are we ever to reclaim our own land? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
Ah!
You'll not get away!
No, Master Alphino. Now is not the time.
Right, we got Rawan to look after.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me.
all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
On your feet, gladiator. This fight's not
Rest
over.
assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lad. Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Olorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. It is passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope, but I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
What? But how can that be?
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without.
Agreed. The General is safe. What news without? My lady, the guards have been subdued, as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There has been no further activity. Then Ilberd and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for signs of their passing. At once, my lady. General Alden, I presume, and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct you your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Orionje awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. This is no ruse, I assure you. General Alden, if you'll come with me, I have prepared a carriage that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. Huh. Well, that's reassuring. I've spoken with Orionje via Link Pearl. He confirms the man's story. Rabon is in safe hands. Let us make our way to Vesper Bay. Pray, we must return to the Waking Sands. I am still very proud I got these wings after getting up to 69 totems. I am not kidding. This actually happened. Did I just see a bot for a moment back there? Not my problem. Hey, Orionje.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
Pepin, my son, and Master Papashan besides.
Hey, friends.
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
You.
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthorn, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young man, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
I didn't have the time, but yeah.
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji.
God damn it.
It is my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
I do not like your wording.
Some manner of sedative, perchance, of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say Her Grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck Her Grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something.
After the trouble
and
that...
though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teleji Adeleji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
He may have twisted. He may have saved the Sultana's life, but he's nonetheless partially. That doesn't make him any less partially responsible for what has happened to our friends. I had not counted on Prioress Dulala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Raubon, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Uldala. We couldn't have done it without you, Valzin. Thank you. Taru? Yes, General Raubon is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Javanians preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarupin and the others to investigate, and return with all haste to Ishgard. No rest for the wicked. Or the weary. Let us hear what the council has to say. There you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Raubon short. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city's awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Horshathon was desperate to get hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you better head in. My friend, thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I am sure you are now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. Master Skycloak, Master Leveilleur, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the observatorium's bells toll, 'tis a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returned from the west claim that they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Nidhogg's minions gather for war once more. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice: to remain in the besieged Ishgard, or to seek sanctuary elsewhere. I will not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. Well, goody. We come of this place, and us. Though we flee to the ends of the world, it would seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the Horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from the storm, but I for one grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow men, not hunkered in a hole. What say you, Valzin? We cannot stay here. That is your answer? By the 12, how could you... But wait. Mayhap remaining in the city would not best serve our friends and allies. Mayhap there is another choice. Uh-huh. I'm not. Don't get me wrong, Alphino. I want to keep everyone safe, but we can't do so in Ishgard. I had a thought, actually. The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. The way I see it, there's two methods we could do about it. Take the fight to them, or learn about them.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain notable exceptions.
Indeed.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not?
Yeah.
Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
That voice.
Estinian.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words fail to find their mark. Is that clear?
Plan B.
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emmerich. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emmerich will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Fortaunt Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir!
I want the defenses of the outer ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
would seem I have visitors, and unlike those massing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Eric, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg.
Not a bad idea, huh?
I must admit, the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then. Carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
I will say this for your plan. It has made keeping secrets in keeping from the Holy See seem almost entertaining. Having secured Sir Emeric's support, we may proceed without fear of a preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. History tells us that the Dravardians will attack us as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over the Lady Iceheart, and then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you're ready, Justinian, let us be about our task.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
And what of Estinian and this warrior of light? They have plans of their own.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
For the glory of King Thornton.
Ominous. Sorry, I'm yawning. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Tataru of our plans. Then I shall await you at Saint Renette's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that I need no reminding. Come, Balzan. Let us head back to Forton Manor. Also, I don't know... Okay, yes. My Shadow the Hedgehog impression is audible. Also, yeah, there is a fan going in the background, and it is a bit heated in my room. In my office, rather. Course is set, Tataru. It may be some time before Balzan and I return to Ishgard. Well, just you be careful, alright? Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost friends. If anyone can find them, it's you, Tataru. Farewell for now. Oh, before you go, you must put this on, Alphino. And made it specially. No, I couldn't possibly. Very well. You got that drip, Alvino. Why, the 12, it fits perfectly. The quality is actually rather good. I'm glad you like it. I've been practicing my needlework while I listen to rumors and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks, Sataru. Whatever else awaits me upon the road, I shall not fear the cold. 'Twas the least I could do. Now I must be getting back to the tavern, or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey. Pat, 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 pat. This new attire will serve me well in the bitter cold of Kurthis. I shall have to thank Tataru properly upon our return. You have said your farewells, then? Aye, we are ready to depart. I suggest we begin our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well. We shall prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In the absence of any fresh intelligence on Yzael's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was encountered last, the Kurthis Western Highlands. Let us speak with Sir Redwald, was it? As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it is likely he will know if any heretic activity has been reported in the area.
Well, well, Master Skycloak, what business brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can be no trifling matter. The Azure Dragoon I know of course, but I do not believe I've met this young gentleman. Alphino Levia at your service. And you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwald. As I am sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Javanians gather for another assault. We believe there may yet be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus, we have come to Falcon's Nest in hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movements. I see. Then it would be best served by speaking directly to my men. The patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretics' refuge at Gorgana at the mills. It is possible that they have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Master Skycloak knows well the place I speak of, or was he who first discovered it? Let us divide our forces then. I will stay and await the return of the patrol while the two of you visit this refuge. When I have completed my inquiries, I will join you there. A wise use of our time. Come, Halsin, I am eager to learn of Sir Redwald's men, what Sir Redwald's men have found in the heretic's lair. Okay, double checking. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Ever since last stream, I'm paranoid of if and when I suddenly lose my audio. Just a simple farmhouse. It makes one wonder what other innocent facades the heretics have chosen to hide behind. What's the Skycloak? Our findings, you say? Well, there is something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising-looking sheaf of letters, but we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. It seemed the heretics foresaw our coming, and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded. And you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, Falcon. Is that a polar bear? Oh dear, the creature took me by surprise. Forgive me. Until my hands stop shaking, I fear I shall prove more a hindrance than a help. Pray, go on ahead. When you are certain that the rest of these things have been slain, notify the expedition leader that it is safe to return. Right. I forget my own strength. My inquiries availed me not. The patrol leader had little to say beyond which of the extremities the frost had bitten the hardest. Beasts are slain then? My thanks, Master Skycloak. We may return to our duty without fear of a mauling. We shall track down Lady Iceheart. Is this not so?
The records discovered ere those beasts mauled my comrades appeared to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of perusing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of fang and claw, and wagered these epistles contained more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless, and we divined some clue from these letters, or we wandered the snowfields and prayed that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. 'Tis hardly a choice at all. I have found some few of these letters. Let's gather a respectable stack and see what secrets the expedition captain can bring from the collected correspondence. The letters were in a neat pile just here, but it seemed that the skirmish with the beasts had scattered them rather thoroughly. Where are those damnable pages? I'd rather battle two score avies than continue this confounded search. Like, seriously, I'm a dragon slayer, not a secretary. Sneaky little... There. Have you recovered much of the heretics' correspondence? Splendid. Added to the contributions from Master Leveilleur and Sir Estinian, now have more than a dozen letters. What we have here then? What have we here then? Here, one of these pages is a record of the dealings betwixt the Gorgane Mills, heretics, and their fellows in Ak-Afa Amphitheater. The request for foodstuffs, clothing, and all manner of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had thought abandoned. The Ak-Afa Amphitheater, the very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. Wait. Damn it, that was Estinian's line. If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot be swiftly crossed. Then we must place our faith in the Ethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Moonbreeder succeeded in recreating the Ankh-Alpha beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant aetherite would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorgane Mills seem to have been in regular contact with the Brethren at the amphitheater, I'll wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the aetherite within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Estinian, but in the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel system, a passage was discovered leading out into the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. House Durandare posted soldiers on the Western Highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared. But they will not deny us entry. I seem to be getting this little prop plane quite a bit.
ails our young lord? The moment we arrived at the wall, his face took on an ashen pallor. Does he fear facing the heretics within their own lair? Alpha, no? Do you recall the first time you ventured into these tunnels in search of Lady Iceheart? Seems an age ago, does it not? Back then, I still believed myself the commander of the Crystal Braves. Ah, regret. Ah, the Ghost of House Tom, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you are welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Assuming the Alpha beacon still functions, we must pray to the 12 it does. And we must pray to the 12 that it does. We shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Beautiful auroras. Mayhap you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Dogs of Ishgard? It is not enough that you banish our beloved saint. Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress that we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools, boy? It'll take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You walk with a dragon slayer, and we know all too well that what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers, may dragon wings bear us to victory.
Your guard is down.
It's a pretty sick look, though. I think that's the last of them. They fight like demons. 'Tis death to remain. Fall back, brothers! Retreat to the cinders! sign of Lady Iceheart, but that we could have questioned one of them. What would you ask that we do not know? What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I confess the name is unknown to me. Perhaps you'd be so good as to enlighten us in Ascidian? I suspect it is the heretics' way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashpool. Some 500 years pass. It is told that the Azure Dragoon of the Age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened unto the point of death, and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy See sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of grey. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. A fascinating tale. We should make haste to this Ashen Isle. The Dreaming Dragon lies far to the west. Before we approach the frozen beast, however, there is another place I would visit first. I am told the convictors have set up camp in Twin Pools. Their leader, Jetelanot, may have information of us to use. But mayhap you are not familiar with that name either. The convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion, but I am willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let's speak with these convictors then, and temper our haste with a measure of caution. These events keep getting wilder and wilder. Like so much of my other adventures. And still, I'd rather discuss things with a reasonable enemy than allies that are deaf to it. Well, what do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the convictors, are we? That hot-eyed lad looks promising, but you have a frail look about you, boy. I give you 3 days out of the wild to claim your corpse. I beg your pardon? Be not so quick to judge. I have seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my... By the Fury! That armor, that lance! The Azure Dragoon himself graces our camp. Pray forgive my disrespect. Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I am Gentilot, leader of the Convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you into our humble camp? We're hunting Lady Iceheart. Any leads? Lady Iceheart, is it? I know of her by reputation, but I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you. We shall. Balzan, Estinian, let us make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. Right. Surely one of these people will have encountered heretics while out hunting. Pray, speak with as many as you can, Balzan. Nay, I know of no heretics. Do you also expect me to keep track of every Raymanhow, Pheromont, and Bertonet that wanders in and out of camp? And, Jesus, by the 12 these names. Are there any heretics in the area? I have not the faintest idea. Why, a heretic could pass under my very nose and I should be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear fellow, the big ones. Forever do I scan the skies for signs of my prey. I care not for the miserable creatures that scurry upon the ground. Looking for heretics, you say? Why don't you go bother Periquet or someone? I've enough trouble keeping these preening fops fed and clothed as it is. It's no business of mine what folk do with themselves out there in the wilds. Something I could help you with, my lord? Heretics, is it? Well, I've not seen one myself, but ain't to say I haven't heard a thing or two. We'd be grateful for any information you can share with us. The gods know we glean precious little from talking to the rest of these people. If it please, my lord, I'm Periquet, a soldier by trade, though not much of one, if I'm honest. If it weren't for the love of stabbing folk that I took up the spear, see? It was by order of Sir Gentilot's father. Still, as long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy as to what they have me do. Not everyone's as patient as me, though. Plenty of low-born lads who get pressed into service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. Once they got to thinking how unfair it all is, don't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. When I hear, simple promise of freedom tends to do it. That may explain how Lady Iceheart was able to expand her following so swiftly. Sad to say, some mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' tribe and asked for seconds. They told me they were off to the Western Highlands to light a signal fire. That's how you let the heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks, apparently. Set up some purple smoke, and the bastards come to you. Is that so? Why then? I am minded to start a fire. I didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. I am not familiar with the building of signal fires, but how difficult could it possibly be? Alright, you're practically a prince. By upbringing, anyway. If we are to lure our foes into position, then we must find means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard of the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak onto his campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also described in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged of deep violet. You're a monster hunter of some note, are you not, Balzan? It should prove a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. We may need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Alphino, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. It will take the both of us to find enough dry fuel in this frozen wasteland. Let us meet again at the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labor. See, my reputation for monster hunting has preceded me. Primals notwithstanding, mind you. Come on, go down, stupid snowman. Alright, you're dead. Next. And you're dead.
that meant to be the dreaming dragon? And that's meant to be a dragon? I mean, I can sort of tell, but also not. I left Ishgard on a mission of noble pursuit, of noble purpose. And now here I am, scrambling for sticks in the snow. How can my hands be at once so numb and yet so sore? It would seem the collecting of firewood is a new experience for Master Alphino. His must have been a privileged upbringing. Have you the hides we need? Purple.
Ah, I should have known it would be you.
Isael?
Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent. Now, tell me why you are here.
We wish to speak with you.
So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion. If you but knew the truth, the spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest. Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me. That which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress. 'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elezen tribe first sought to claim the lands of Kurthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Kurthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin. A war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva. While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm Heavensward in particular so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster.
Hey, yo!
In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elezen is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Heavensward, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him. Unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity.
Huh?
Though loath to perform the deed, Heavensward ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound. In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen. It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted. Nidhogg, he who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart. Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the Eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Good gods.
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the Eye does not reside there.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the Eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgr instead? He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him. Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelgr resides.
Huh. Oh, good, that's back. Huh? Huh? It looks like my echo's being fixed. Suck on that, Midgard Zormer.
Is autumn miss, my friend? I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while, and should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
Alright, I might take you up on that, Alphino.
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were. Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
And you know what? I think this is a good place to call the stream. Okay, good. My voice has actually been maintaining throughout the whole stream. But, yeah. Thank you all for tuning in, those who decided to drop on by. Tune in next week, because because from when the stream came out, next week will be 7.5. So, it's gonna be a little bit off for the next Heavensward. I still want to make it happen, and just not next week. Thank you all for tuning in, and as always, until next time, folks. See you later!